Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is DFree, and for today's video, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Let me explain. Please don't click over this part. But what we're doing is we're using Bardock and the two kids. So the idea for this video is that this is a post-commentary video, and the reason why is because sometimes, very rarely, admittedly these days with, you know, having kids and stuff like that, it's kind of hard for me to play this game too much anymore outside of when I'm actually sitting down to record videos. But sometimes I sit down and I have an idea and I'm like, do I want to bring this to the channel? So I play like 3, 4, 5 matches with a certain team and I record them sometimes just to see if I like them or whatever. So I have a few videos that are saved on my tablet from recent times anyway that I will be bringing, and that is what this video is. So the matches you're going to see, we recorded a couple of weeks ago. I do that from time with like sweatboxes, but these are not sweatbox videos. But this is just an idea of a team that I set up for just something that wasn't going to make its way to the channel, but I'll decide to kind of put it out pretty much to make sense of it. So anyways, the Goten and Trunks, I don't know if they're still boosted, but they were Z tier boosts, I believe, in PvP. I don't know why there would be anything lower. They're never used. So that's another thing too, which is the extra 40% damage and stuff. But they don't really have anything in particular. They desperately need Zenkai boosts. But I'll tell you, once upon a time when they came out, they were actually really good. And they were also incredibly good when the Bardock came out alongside them and stuff on the Super Saiyan team, like the one I'm using technically. But when these characters were all new characters, right? So Trunks and Goten, they work well together, but they have these abilities here that just kind of, I guess you could keep them, but there's not really anything in particular here that's going to make them good. Like, they have no damage cut, no otherwise, like no damage for the most part. Goten doesn't even have damage after 30 counts, apparently. He picks up a good amount of damage from the blasts here. If he has a whole hand of blasts, he gets 200% damage, which is like never going to happen, but that's crazy, right? Maybe like, you know, like I have so many ideas. I'm not going to do it in this video, but I have so many ideas for ways they can improve these types of characters. But just I'll leave you guys on a very brief summary of Trunks as well. He's a blast character. He has the Vanishing Gauge restoration here, which is pretty good. He has that Vegeta SSJ effect where he has this ability only if his HP ratio is higher than the enemies, which is not very common depending on how much damage you're going to be taking. But on the topic, just to end things off with this is an idea as to why the boost mechanic, it is not good enough to bring characters to relevance. Like this, I'm going to say this. This character could have got 100% damage and like 50% cut from Z tier boost theoretically in PvP. That's not how it is, but if they designed it that way, and he still wouldn't be good in PvP. Like seriously, it just so boost is an interesting mechanic. Look at these stats. The boosts are an interesting thing, but like the kits don't change, so you're not gonna see those characters in play. You probably could have gave him 150 and 75% cut. Now that might sound crazy, but still, maybe with crit buffs from Bardock, they would be okay in that scenario. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. So the Gohan, by the way, is here just because he offers crit buffs. Anyways, here's match number 1. If you enjoy this, hit that thumbs up, and if you enjoy this concept and these types of videos, please be sure again to hit that thumbs up. Okay, guys. So for this one, we do have a mono purple team. So this one will be quite challenging, and bringing Goten will also be very tough. All right, so here we are with this match, and like I said, the problem with this is that we have Goten, and I mean, Goten can be okay versus the tag character, but you know, versus mono purple, it's very tough, and we rely a lot on Trunks' yellow element typing. Don't get it confused. Neither of these characters will be tanky or anything like that, so we'll see what happens. So anyways, we're off to a bad start. The thing about this team is we do have to try to maintain priority. So the reason behind switching Goten in there was that I didn't think he'd get one shot. Thankfully he didn't. But I also needed to disperse the damage there because I couldn't have Trunks taking too much damage too early in the match. I'm struggling to get priority here. I really need to pick it up because if I don't get it, this match is going to be a wash. So it's going to be a very tough one either way, through and through. We'll see how this one goes though. And yeah, so we get the stop clock exclamation. Nice, nice. Okay, I thought it was going to, you know, mess up on me there. A little bit of lag kicking in all of a sudden. Not so sure why. Okay, he didn't DC. He's still here. But again, still struggling to get priority. And yeah, it's very bad here. So right now the idea is I'm waiting for a tag switch, and I'll throw Goten out there. Too much damage here. Hoping Trunks doesn't get one shot. Really lucky. really lucky. I figured he'd dash in there. We do still have the crit buffs for just a little bit longer. Extremely lucky that we didn't get one shot there. And it's lagging. It's lagging. Oh, great. Intermittent lag. That's not suspicious at all. Okay, so we got Bardock set up. The idea here is to just do as much damage as I can while stalling. I pick up the main here. Nothing is benefited there, but I will pull it here, even though he can vanish that. I get priority because the rush is a little too slow. Yeah, so I didn't mind him dodging that. Just the idea there was to get my rush, I don't know, my rush, excuse me, my vanish back. Speaking of rush, I don't even have it anywhere near because I haven't had priority at all. We only got one green, or one blast destroyed. We pop the green, dash out a little bit in case he went for a tap. We get the clash. I really need to win this. Ah, nice, nice, nice. So he does have the strike cover option, unfortunately. Switch here, slight drop. Didn't drop, actually, but that's fine. We go for the blue. And he's defeated. And speaking of Rising Rush, it just got even further away. I am so scared about this interaction, though, because there it is. He had multiple options. Trunks was almost done. But, you know, we've pressed him a bit. I haven't even got my rush or anything like that, which I desperately, desperately need with a team like this. Drops for the Vegito. We keep the priority. So we're hanging on, man. We're keeping on. Keep on keeping on, as Nano would say. So we're in the match still. I should have probably just took that hit, but it's okay. It's not a huge deal. The idea behind just taking the hit, though, for the record, would have been not to have to use my vanish, but because Bardock can heal with the greens and stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. Stalling here, gonna get switch crit buffs. All right, let's see what happens here. And also, switching here was valuable to me because it put me in a position where Bardock could be the last man standing character, which is a lot more valuable in this match than Goten is. But, you know, kind of in hindsight, I probably could have kept that switch as a defensive option in case I lost my vanish, and then I could do a quick switch. So I'm really trying here just to stall and not get baited, not baited for a tackle or anything like that. But we do finally get some priority. We have the crit buffs, technically, but, I mean, until he tags, it kind of doesn't really matter for this matchup. He has no... That one went a little too quick for me. He has no reason to tag until now. Bardock is, you know, let's see if he can pull it off. It's possible. It's possible. But like I said, the fact that this team even lasted... Whoa, whoa, whoa. The fact this team even lasted this long, I consider that to be a huge win. That was just unlucky there because I got caught mid-sidestep from mid-range. So he's going for the kill, and it looks like he's probably going to get it. Oh, barely, barely, barely. Perfect, and that'll do it. Okay, he had another blue, by the way. Didn't expect double blue. So, like, I don't really mind this. There are obviously, technically, not really any, you know, consolation prizes or anything like that. But I really felt very happy with this team for hanging this long in a match versus Mono Purple with a clear element disadvantage for at least two of my characters, to be honest, because this character can switch. So I was happy with that. Okay, so for this one, we have a match versus a pretty good star to future team. So obviously, this could be very troublesome. So off the bat, this one immediately is a better match for me, though, just because of the fact I can actually take advantage of, well, color advantage throughout this match. Didn't expect a blue card from mid-range, but it is what it is. Sometimes you land those. So, okay, there we go. I start this match with priority, get a quick switch, and go for the blue card with the inflicted damage bonus and stuff like that from the Bardock switch. So Gohan is in the match. A little worried about the Trunks sub, so that's part of the reason why I didn't keep the combo going at that time. We do get the tackle, and if we get this priority, we're going to be in a good spot, get some good damage. Nice, we do get it. So overall, getting at least half of Gohan's HP that early, yeah, about 60%, is very, very valuable to me. That's a 600, that one hit off the Clash crit, it is 615,000 damage to Gohan. Just the Goten winning the Clash, 615,000 critical hit. My goodness, man. Okay, so we're gonna switch here. The Bardock main was available. I'm just trying really hard not to get hit by this dude because he also has neutrality. It could be very problematic. So we are going to pop the Trunks' main ability, which does do things like the Q reduction debuff, I believe. And also, I believe, gives him Vanish Restoration gauge. So Goten's main ability on that topic increases the next strike card's damage based on the amount of blast cards you destroy. That's why I destroyed the one in my hand. I only had one at the time, unfortunately. So it is what it is. We got the endurance. We're going for the rush. And this is a good spot to be in. So here we go. Goten's been doing a lot of damage to his big bro from the universe. And universe? Timeline? Too much Spider-Man stuff lately. Okay, I can whatever. Anyways, here we go. All right, so look at how much damage that one strike did to Goten from Trunks. And I'm going to leave Goten in here because obviously I don't want to switch too much. And I'm considering swapping Bardock in and just don't want him to get rushed, right? But look at that combo damage, right? Look at the damage here. Here's the ultimate. I have to throw Bardock out there. I had to double switch because this Trunks hits like a truck. Like, he really does. He probably has the hardest hitting ultimate in the game as well. Look at that. Look at that damage. And remember how well Bardock tanked in the last match? Like, that Trunks ult did a stupid amount of damage. So, very problematic, just how much damage we could take if we don't have priority with the type of team like this. And unfortunately, I swiped late, but I do get a chance to switch here. I think he gets greedy. Oh, drop combo, even better. Even better. I get burned on a stupid drop combo that I don't even think was intentional because there's no reason to drop combo versus a team like this. I don't think that was intentional. But it is what it is, man. So I make the executive decision, let Trunks die. Bardock is going to enter with his own crit buffs for like 4 or 5 counts or whatever it is. Actually, I think a little longer than that, but he still has the added bonus. I rushed frame 1, which is a good and bad thing. So the idea there was to try, all right, attack mode, excuse me, frame 1. The idea there was to bait his rush out with attack mode. Unfortunately, I didn't pull it off. I mean, I did, but I didn't because he rushed too early in the tackle animation that there was nothing I could do about it. So now I'm stuck with Goten having crit buffs for a couple of counts. And that's about it. So this match is done. There's nothing else I can do. We went as far as we could in that one. All right, so for this one, we have a match versus the Noob Slayer. So let's see if my, beginner type of team can compete against Ultra Gogeta and the Movies team. All right, everyone, I hope you're ready. Here we go versus Noob Slayer, and we'll see how this one goes. Let me fix that quickly. There it is. Cool. All right, so off to a bad start. I was forced to switch really early, but at least we're able to get priority here on the sidestep. So was worried about the strike covers and stuff like that, so I didn't even bother. He didn't even switch, though, so okay. Got the second one. My Goten's gauge is almost back. I have a couple of blasts I can burn here. Probably just a sidestep. No, okay, switch, that's fine. Thought about a sidestep instead of a charge step for the vanish gauge. That might have been a hindsight play that I probably could have and should have made. Just to leave Goten in just a hair longer. But it is what it is. I'm going to burn this main here to get a stop clock, see what he is doing. But it turned into a perfect. Nothing happened, but it turned into a perfect. I'll take that. So he will have to switch probably here. No drop yet from me, playing it safe. Okay. Only downside too with these characters, they're so old, they're not getting any key on switches. Up until now, I've played pretty well, but you'll see what happens when we lose priority, especially versus a powerhouse team like that. With boost characters and stuff like that, like the Ultra Gogeta, incredibly powerful character, one of the top characters in the game, obviously. There goes my hand. But I kind of didn't mind it because I did want to pick up a green card. And I love using those with Bardock because I need him in this match as long as possible, right? And that's something I was trying to set up. I purposely waited on the switch to try to get that because Bardock does not have a long-range blue card animation. So in that scenario, I decided to wait. His green card did cancel my Trunks' crit card buffs and stuff like that from the Bardock switch. Really, Trunks doesn't have anything uncancelable. So this is all pure damage here. So the idea there was I saw him going for that animation post tap shot vanish and decided to rush. Most of the time I don't rush there because it's a really easy way to play around a rush. You guys see me play around those rushes all the time, like immediately after vanish, because it's just my natural playstyle anyway to play around that type of stuff. So yeah, like I tried it right there, by the way, to play around a strike card, but you know, he got me by delaying a little further. So that's just a whole different thing. But yeah, I got rid of Gogeta early is the point, because he would have been a real menace. See, like right there, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that's a little too easy to play around, so I don't typically do that myself, but I saw him going for the animation with his Gogeta really quickly there. Anyways, the idea was that getting rid of Gogeta was insanely good for me because he would have been a true menace as this match went on. As you know, start doing things like locking, getting those last man standing buffs and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, the ultimate, like, oh my god, he becomes a real problem. So Trunks is still here. We're going to bring him in, and we've got this one locked and loaded, baby. We got to win with this team, which makes the whole video and the whole idea a huge success in my book. All right, everyone, thank you for making it to the end of the video. And once again, let me know what you guys think about this. There are a few videos like this I can upload. I probably have a couple that I'll at least put out asking for feedback. And if you guys enjoy this, again, very rarely do I do this anymore. I don't really too often play the game off camera these days anymore. I don't have the time for it like I used to. So that being said, if you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up. And that's one thing I'm going to really be looking at is how well the video is performing analytically, to tell me if this is something I should continue to do. But like I said, just even winning one match was a huge win in my book, because you definitely, when you build a team like this, go into the match expecting not to win anything, right? That's the point about these videos, is if you don't understand it, it's a fun video idea, but you're going in not expecting to win. If you get one, that's perfect, but you're not expecting to win. So I don't really care otherwise about the result. I just had fun and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Anyways, I'll see all of you in the next one, and until then, take it easy.